Hey guys, so for today's video, I have this purple glam makeup look. I'm really excited to share it with you guys because I've actually had this look in mind for a while now. And recently you guys have been asking me to play with more color. So I was like, I need to do that look that I've had in mind. So here it is. I'm really obsessed with it. I love these like super bold jewel tones. This purple is so electric. It just catches anyone's attention. I love it, and the glitter. I'm totally down for this right now. So hopefully you guys are loving this look as much as I am. If you are interested in checking out how I created it, then make sure to keep on watching. So I already did my foundation. I'm actually filming a Tested Thursday currently, testing out the new Tarte foundation. I will let you guys know what my thoughts are in this Thursday's Tested Thursday, so stay tuned. So we're gonna go ahead and use some concealer. I'm gonna stick with the Tarte foundation, Tarte concealer. I'm just using that as an excuse because really I love this concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade light to medium. You really don't need that much of it, so please don't feel like you have to use as much as I do. You really don't. I just, you know, I have no excuse. I'm just gonna stop talking. I am also gonna put it down the center of my nose and bring it straight up. A little bit on the Cupid's bow area and some on the chin. I'm gonna use this Tarte foundation brush. I actually tested out in the video as well. I'm just gonna use that for this portion of my face. Don't ask why. I guess because this has some foundation on it, I don't like this portion of my face to be too highlighted, so I kind of like to like blend it in with the foundation. But now I'm gonna switch over to my Sigma 3D HD and blend out that concealer. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cream bronze, and I'm gonna pop back on camera for my other video, my Tested Thursday, and test out the shade Tan Deep Honey as a cream bronzer. So I just went ahead and filmed the bronzer portion on camera for the Tested Thursday, and I just realized I forgot to put a little bit of the shade, I know this is crazy, but I like a light highlight. A little bit of the shade Light from the Tarte Shape Tape just to really brighten up the under eye. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set that highlight underneath the eye. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild contour palettes. As you can see, I'm like obsessed with it. I actually need to get a new one because I'm just afraid of running out one day and I'm gonna like freak out. I also really like this shade because I like to kind of mix the two. So I'm taking a little bit of the yellow and a little bit of the paler shade and just setting that under eye. This is like my favorite under eye setting brush. This is the Sigma F35, right? Yep, F35. They call it the highlighter brush, but it's just so good for the under eye because it's just like kind of fits right there. It's a little bit pointed. So I'm wondering if I'm gonna regret using this bronzer, but I pulled this out to use today. This is the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer, but I don't know if it's gonna work well in terms of color with the Tarte cream bronzer. I'm afraid it's gonna be a bit too warm, but we're just gonna go for it. I'm only going to apply a little bit because this can be too warm, like I said, and the Tarte bronzer is already pretty warm, which I love, but I don't want to overdo it now. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit. So now I'm gonna set my face with just a little bit of the NYX HD powder in translucent, and I'm just setting the areas that haven't been powdered yet. So now I'm gonna take from the Wet n Wild contour palette, this contour shade, and I'm only gonna take a little bit. I've actually been skipping contouring lately, but for today's video, I am just going to apply a little bit. So for blush, I'm gonna take the NYX HD blush, right? Yes. HD blush in the shade Nude Tude. It's just a really pretty nude. Definitely has a bit of like a peachy pinky undertone though, so it looks healthy on the skin, like it's not too nude. I'm only gonna apply a little bit. We got a lot going on the eyes today, so just gonna do a little bit. So now for highlight, I've been obsessed with the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. I've been using it like every single day. I haven't been touching any of my other highlighters, to be honest, so I'm gonna use it again. My favorite shade is Glow Getter. It's actually called Glow Getter, but I just wish she named it Glow Getter. Anyways, I'm gonna take a little bit of Glow Getter and just pop that on the cheeks. Oh, it's just so magical. A little bit on the Cupid's bow. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. This is the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Dark Brown. And look, you guys, I have a brand new bottle, new tube, jar. So now that my brows are done, I feel like they look a little bit messy, but whatevs, we're gonna continue. So I wanna start off with a nice transition shade. So to start off, I'm gonna take MAC's Creme Brulee, which is such a perfect transition shade for any look. And I'm just going to pop that right into the crease. So we're gonna take this really pretty shade Petal Pusher, and I'm just gonna kind of use this as a secondary transition just to kind of slowly work up to some purple tones. It's pretty much a purple pinkish mauve version of a transition shade, so. And I'm gonna keep up with that like outer V shape. And I'm also just gonna dust it on this outer V area portion. Taking off the excess product, I'm gonna use that just to kind of blend those two transition shades together. Next, I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild Art in the Streets palette. This is such a cool little colorful palette. I'm gonna obviously dabble into the purple, not the orange, the purple. So taking that gorgeous purple, I'm gonna work it just on this outer crease area. And then I'm gonna bring it right onto this outer V. So outer V and then crease midway. These Wet n Wild shadows, they blend so beautifully that they almost blend out on their own. Also, make sure when you do your blending, you're blending with brushes that do not have any product on it, whether it's a new brush or you've kind of just dusted off the same brush that you used to apply on a towel or whatever. So next we're gonna play with the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. This palette is amazing if you want a palette of the rainbow, like just have a bunch of different shades you can play with. I'm actually going to take this middle shade right there. I'm just gonna place that right in the crease as well, but just not as in as the other purple shade, just now we're working a bit more towards the outer. So again, I just dusted off that eyeshadow brush so that I can use it to blend so that there isn't any excess purple left on there, because that's when you kind of do start to get the bruised eye effect. Like, you know, when you overdo it, if you use the same brush you used to apply the purple with to blend, it's gonna just start looking kind of bruised, and that's when it's just gonna look crazy. I'm actually gonna take a little bit of that purple and I am gonna bring it in just a little bit right here in the crease. I only wanna apply just a tad bit because I just want it to kind of look like it just ombre'd there. So now we're gonna dabble into the Urban Decay Electric palette. This is one of my favorite palettes to use for color. And we're gonna take this beautiful purple right here. It's super duper electric. You can actually mix the two if you wanted to add a bit more pink to this, because this is a bit more, yeah, you know, you can mix, but I think I'm gonna stick with just this. Now this shade isn't completely matte. It actually has a bit of like a sheen shimmer to it, but I don't really mind that. I'm still gonna put that on the outer V area just to make this area deeper and more dramatic. As you can see, it just added more of that pop. So again, dust off your brush. I have a little towel in front of me where I'm dusting off that purple product, so now I can use the same brush to blend without worrying about spreading the purple too far and it looking bruised or anything like that. So I am just gonna take a smaller blending brush and use that same purple we did from the Urban Decay Electric palette, and we're just gonna kind of concentrate it a little bit more. We're using this detailed brush just so that it can emphasize more of the color and make it look more pigmented and just get more precision. Taking that same blending brush we used before, and we're just gonna go over it and blend it out. So definitely you might wanna do this with no face makeup on. I'm a little daredevil. I'm probably just gonna cover it up with some concealer. It's not really a huge deal for me. I normally don't get that, but I think with these Urban Decay shadows, there's quite a bit of fallout. So what I wanna do is take Creme Brulee again on that same kind of very detailed brush and just start it right about here. And I'm just gonna meet it up to this outer area. We're pretty much gonna use the same shades we just used in the same order, same pattern. We just pretty much wanna make it fade on the bottom as well and match it up to kind of wing it out to the top. So now going back to the Tarte Shape Tape, I'm gonna take this really cool e.l.f. Small Precision Detail Brush, and we're just gonna go ahead and kind of cut the crease a little bit, but I'm only gonna do a little bit of a halfway cut crease. So my camera shut off. I don't know when it shut off, but I'm pretty much creating a half cut crease with the Tarte Shape Tape. And I was just telling you guys that I have hooded eyes, so sometimes when I'm doing a cut crease, I don't really know where to cut the crease because my eyes are kind of folded a little bit. So I always just, you know, apply some of the concealer or whatever, and then I'll open my eyes and it'll always transfer. And wherever it transfers, I know that that's where I can kind of cut the crease and make the lid out of. So that's just a little tip if you guys have slightly hooded eyes like I do. So because the glitter is going to make it a little bit hard to blend, I'm going to do a little bit of blending beforehand. I'm just taking no product on this brush. I'm just going to take right between where this meets and just kind of blend it out. Because this is a kind of soft half cut crease, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to take a little bit of more of that purple shade from the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm blending that into where the concealer is. So for glitter today, we're going to be using a MAC glitter, and this is in the shade Fuchsia. So really quickly, I want to show you guys, I had this look in mind and I knew I wanted a super electric purple. So I immediately went to mac.com or .ca because I remembered that they had a really pretty purple. But then I came across two different shades and I was like, crap, I didn't know which one to get. I googled some swatches and they both kind of looked the same. So I was like, I guess I'm just gonna order both because I didn't want to order the wrong one. So I ordered both. This one is in the shade Amethyst. Yeah, Amethyst, I believe you pronounce it. So I wanted to show you guys them side by side so that you can kind of make your choice on which color you like better, which purple. So for glitter glue, we're gonna use my ultimate favorite. This is the Violet Voss glitter glue, and I'm just gonna put it on that same e.l.f. brush and just kind of apply it the same place that we put the Tarte concealer. But I will say that once it gets to this area where we're trying to keep it blended, I'm gonna try to, like, you know, apply the glitter in like a blended way, if that makes sense, and kind of zigzag it a little bit, just so that when I apply the glitter, there's not like this harsh line. So because I don't want there to be that like super stark line, I am going to take a little bit of the same shade from the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I am just going to apply some of that on top of it. So now I'm going to add some eyeliner. I'm going to take, this is the Makeup Geek Full Spectrum Eyeliner in the shade, what's this called? Orchid. Really beautiful purple. I'm just going to apply that on the top and the bottom. So I want to add a little bit of a pop to the inner corner, so I'm going to take the gorgeous Makeup Geek and Kathleen Lights highlighter palette, and I'm just going to take this beautiful pink. It looks so icy and beautiful when you have it just popped in the inner corner. So for falsies, I'm going to go ahead and apply some of the Koko Goddess lashes, and I'm going to do that off camera, and then I will be right back. Okay, so now that my falsies are on, I also just coated my bottom lashes, and now we're gonna move on to the lips. So for the lips, I think I'm gonna do the MAC Etc. lip liner, and then I'm going to apply the Marc Jacobs La Marque liquid lip creams, and I think I'm gonna mix together Yours to Try with Fawn Over Me. So that is it. That completes this makeup look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had this look in mind for a while. If you guys want me to keep playing with more color, then definitely like, thumbs up this video, and I will do more bold makeup looks for you guys. Maybe I'll do a bold lip next. Let me know what your thoughts are. Of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.